Hello dear friends, welcome to today's thermal engineering class. Today we are going to continue our heat transfer. In last class we had seen conduction through a heat conduction through a rectangular slab, or you can say a slab of uniform cross section. Where our assumption was there is steady flow of heat, and we had formulated the law of heat conduction. Now in this class we will see the conduction of heat through a hollow cylindrical material in the radial direction. Here it is seen that it has shown that the heat is flowing radially inward to outward. This is a hollow cylinder. The inner dia of cylinder is, inner radius cylinder is A, outer radius of cylinder is B. And let the length of the cylinder is L. So here the area is variable. Inner surface area is 2 pi RA, 2 pi RLA, 2 pi AL, and outer surface area is 2 pi BL. Both are different. But what we had derived at the uniform cross section area of the slab. But for a small ring, we can assume that the area of cross section is inner and outer area is uniform. Suppose this is a small ring we have considered having a thickness dr and a difference of temperature is dt, and flow of heat is steady. So in such case we can find out the heat conduction through this ring by using the differential form of the heat conduction equation. So through this ring, small thickness cylindrical ring, what will be heat conduction? K A, suppose A is uniform because thickness is very less dr. K heat conductivity, coefficient of heat conductivity into, this is the temperature gradient dt by dr. dt is the difference of temperature between these two surfaces and this dr. Now this is a differential form of the equation, and value of A is 2 pi RL. So we are putting here all. So if we rearrange this equation, I am writing this equation in this form: dr by r is equal to minus k2 pi L h dt. Here k is constant, pi is constant, length is constant, heat transfer rate is constant. So variable, what is variable? Variable is this r and t. So by using the integration, we can formulate the rate of heat flow h through this cylinder in radial direction. So by writing in this way, we can integrate this, and we can find out the rate of heat transfer. Let us see that how to find out the heat transfer. So if we integrate both sides, this is the variable r. R is varying from inner radius A to outer radius B, and temperature is varying. As we have seen that we have assumed the temperature of inner surface of the cylinder is cylindrical pipe is T1, and outer surface of the cylindrical pipe is T2, and rate of heat flow is steady. So that is H. So if we integrate this, So we get log b by a here this side, and here we get 2 pi l k by h will be outside because it is constant. So integration of dt will be t, and here we will get t2 minus t1, and we reverse this t2 minus t1 to t1 minus t2, and here minus sign will be vanished. So finally we take out h from this equation, and we are getting that heat transfer rate through this cylinder we have formulated 2 pi l k into t1 minus t2 by log b by e. All things are known here. So rate of heat transfer can be found out through this cylindrical surface. Let us see that how to find out the intermediate layer temperature. Let at radius r between A and B there is a layer having temperature T. Let the rate of heat flow between A and R be H1. We consider intermediate radius R. So between radius A, inner radius A, and that intermediate layer R, rate of heat transfer, suppose H1. H1 will be 2 pi. Here we have find out the equation for heat transfer. So H1 will be 2 pi Lk T1 minus T by log R by A. Say this is the equation 2. And let the rate of heat flow between radius R, intermediate layer which we have considered, and outer radius B. Between these two, the radial flow of heat flow is suppose S2. So S2 will be 2 pi Lk T minus T2 divided by log B by R. So this is equation 3. Now because the rate of heat flow is steady in radial direction, so H1 will be equal to S2. So when we equate the H1 and S2, we get this will be cancelled, 2 pi Lk, and this we have taken here, and this we have taken here, and finally by solving we get T is equal to T1 log B by R plus T2 log R by A divided by log B by A. So this is the equation we are getting for the intermediate temperature. So in this way we can find out intermediate temperature, and we can find out the rate of heat flow also. We have formulated that. So now let us see the conduction part is over. Now let us see the about radiation. What is the radiation? What is the radiation? As we had discussed initially when we had started the chapter heat transfer, that radiation is also a mode of heat transfer where there is no need of any medium to transfer of heat. So it can also be done in vacuum. So here I have written that the process by which the heat is transferred directly from one body to another without any intermediate medium, it is called radiation. This is mode is called radiation. So just like the heat from sun reaches to earth by the radiation only, because there is no medium between earth and sun. After our atmosphere there is a vacuum, so there is no material medium, no any medium to heat transfer. So all the bodies are continuously emitting energy by virtue of temperature. The radiation is due to temperature only. So this the continuous energy emitting, all the bodies are emitting continuous energy by virtue of that temperature. This energy is called as radiant energy or thermal radiation. This radiation travel in straight line with the speed of light, and this is the form of electromagnetic waves. This is the form of electromagnetic waves. When these waves, means thermal radiation or thermal radiant energy, whenever falls on any body, if that body is not transparent, as we know that the electromagnetic wave through the transparent body reflect on other side of the body. So where if bodies if these waves falls on a body which is not transparent to them, then they are absorbed by the absorbed and their energy is converted into heat. This radiation, this radiant energy or thermal radiation, if fall on a body, if that body is not transparent, then it is absorbed by that body and converted into heat. Bodies not only emit energy, but it also absorbs the energy emitted by other bodies in their neighborhood. So radiation is not only emitted by the body, it is also absorbed. Other body is emitting radiation, some other body is neighborhood to that absorb that radiation. And one important thing is that if temperature of a body is higher than the surrounding temperature, then the temperature of body will be, the rate of emission energy will be higher, the rate of emission of the radiant energy will be higher from that body than the absorption. So slowly its temperature will fall, and as the temperature of the body will be equal to the surrounding temperature, when temperature becomes equal to the temperature of surrounding, the rate of energy emission and energy absorption will be equal. So until the rate of energy emitting, rate of energy absorbing will be not equal, the temperature difference will slowly reduce, and at one time it will be equal, and at that time the emission energy from that body and absorption energy from that will be equal. The radiation energy emitted per second by a body depends upon the nature of surface and its temperature. Okay. Now we will see three important terms: reflectance, absorptance and transmittance related with this radiation energy. When this thermal radiation, suppose quantity Q of the thermal radiation falls on a surface, then a part, suppose Q1, is reflected by the surface, and other part Q2 is absorbed by the surface, and remaining part Q3 transmitted through the surface. Then the total radiation Q will be equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, and let us divide by Q on both sides, and we get Q1 plus Q2 by 3, Q3 by Q is equal to 1, and Q1 by Q plus Q2 by Q, by separating all the terms, Q1 by Q plus Q2 by Q plus Q3 by Q is equal to 1. So this is the fraction of total energy which is falls on the surface. It is called reflectance and represented by R, because Q1 is reflected and Q1 by Q, it is the fraction of energy, fraction of thermal radiation which is reflected, is called reflectance, and Q2 by Q, this is the fraction of total energy which is absorbed by the surface, it is called as absorptance. It is called absorptance and represented by A. And this part of the energy Q3 by Q, this fraction of the total energy which is transmitted through the surface, say the surface can transmit, so this energy which is transmitted, the fraction of that energy is called transmittance, T, represented by T. So that R plus A plus T, if we put R, A, T, R plus A plus T will be equal to 1. So let us consider some special case. Suppose T is equal to 0, transmittance is equal to 0. Then what will be total energy utilization? Only reflection and absorption. Then T is equal to 0 will be there, then R plus A will be equal to 1 from this equation. If R will be greater than A, means reflection is more powerful. So then body is called good reflector and bad absorber body. If R is greater than A, reflecting is powerful than absorption. So body is called good reflector and bad absorber body. And if R is less than A, means body is more fraction is absorbing, more than 50% is absorbing, and less than 50% is reflecting. So then body is called bad reflector and good absorber body. So if A will be equal to 0, means absorption part will be equal, if A will be equal to 1, absorption will be 1, then body neither reflects nor transmits the energy and hence absorb complete radiation. Such a body is called perfectly black body. So this is a special case of these terms. So let us see what is the emissive power or radiant power. When the temperature of a body is higher than that of its surrounding, then due to the temperature difference, radiant energy continuously emit from the surface of the body. At a given temperature, the rate of emission depends on the nature of the surface, area of the surface, wavelength of the emitted radiation. And what is the emissive power? The total amount of radiant energy emitted per unit area of the surface per second is called as emissive power or radiant power of the surface. It is represented by E. What is the emissive power or radiant power? The radiation energy emitted per unit area per second of that body is called radiant power or emissive power. The unit of the emissive power will be watt per meter square or joule per meter square per second, because it is energy per unit area per second. Joule per meter square per second, or joule per second will be watt per meter square. Let us see important note. The radiant energy has different wavelengths and its spectrum can be obtained. As we know that for different wavelength we see the spectrum for electromagnetic wave and any other types of wave. We are having sound waves, we are having spectrum. So as per the wavelength, the category of the the name of the wavelength is given, like microwave and supersonic wave and this wave, that wave. In this way, electromagnetic wave have different spectrum. As per the wavelength, the spectrum is distributed. So the radiant energy has different wavelengths and its spectrum can be obtained. We know that. The radiant power means emissive power. The radiant power per unit wavelength is called as monochromatic emissive power. We see in next bit. So emissive power per unit wavelength is called as monochromatic emissive power or spectral emissive power, and it is represented by E lambda, and its unit will be watt per meter square. It is unit of emissive power per unit wavelength, watt per meter square per angstrom. Emissive power of a body depends on the temperature square, where T is the temperature of absolute temperature of the body. Means emissive power, monochromatic emissive power will be directly proportional to T to the power 4. So let us see emissivity. What is the emissivity? Emissivity, it is defined as a ratio of total radiant power of a body to the total radiant power of a black body. Means it is the ratio of total radiant power of a body, emissive power of a body, and to the ratio of emissive power of the black body. If E is the emissive power and emissive power of the body, and capital E is the emissive power of the black body, then emissivity will be equal to E small e by capital E. So let us stop here, and rest of thing we will see in next class, because the space in my mobile is getting over. So if I will not stop, then automatically my mobile will stop. So at last I will say you congratulations, and congratulations for you for Eid, because today is Eid, your festival. So you are, I tell you heartily congratulations for Eid. Thank you.